some StarCraft 2 action on HSL. Uh, I suppose I should start off with real fast. Actually, let's go into the game real quick. I'm already loaded in. We're doing a replay today, playoffs, of course. This is what, the semifinals. I got my webcam on. Let me change that real quick. There you guys go. You can't see my beautiful face anymore. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah. So this is what, the semifinals. Yeah, Oakton versus Texas Academy of Math and Science. I'm casting this one. My co-caster is has something to take care of, and he'll be joining me a little bit later. Hopefully after this game, and maybe part of the second game. But he'll definitely be joining me in this series. Short series, well, somewhat short. Yeah, we'll do somewhat short series today. Only doing one. First, introduce the players. Let's see here. We have Tyrant Jr. He's our blue Terran from Team Ascension and Oakton. And Battle map, we have Lotad. We want to pronounce his name. He's from Rival Gaming, and he is from Texas Academy of Math Science. Lotad is a Diamond Zerg, and Tyrant Jr. is a Master Terran. This will be an interesting matchup, nonetheless, and I'm pretty excited for it. Let me get up the Twitch chat real quick, so I don't have to see quality and stuff like that. Because, well, oh, it's acceptable. Wow. Wow, it's acceptable. My quality is acceptable. I hope it's different for you guys. But they don't like me, apparently. But anyway, we do have no opening from both players so far. No proxy 2-racks from Tyrant, which is good to know. I like seeing cheese, so I'm a very heavy cheeser myself. And only PvP though, not really much any other race. I hate PvP with a passion. But it looks like we just see 12 racks go down. We see us going as Vigo out too. And this, I would assume, is for the scout to see when the hatchery goes down. He'll get there. Oh, just a little bit late before the hatchery goes down, so he'll be okay. They won't be able to block it at all. So the Lotad's hatchery goes down, no problem. Natural anyway. Let's see what else we have going on. Nothing. Oh, much. No pull down yet. It's out 14 hatch, or yeah, 14 hatch. Tyrant Jr. is still going along his way. Reaper should be coming out soon, I would imagine. Once he gets enough gas for it, go Marine and Reaper. Also, probably get that command center down as fast as possible as well. No gases at all from Lotad, as Tyrant Jr. is practically scouting that for some odd reason. Make sure you guys see that gas timing. Pretty important ZVT. Or any Zerg matchup. Yeah, any Zerg matchup. Even it's more important in ZVZ, I think, than any other matchup. Only because there's so many timings in ZVZ that you can possibly do. With banelings and speedlings, it's crazy. But anyway, from Tyrant Jr. though, he's still getting gas. Game's over. Command getting that mule up and running. He likes to, I think he does mech. Tyrant does mech, I believe, in TVZ. If I'm not mistaken though, so probably we'll see some mech out from him. My guys will take his natural, and I'll assume he's on a bunker as well to get that marine in there and stop any kind of links going through, which would be good for, well, the Terran, as always. Lord's gonna probably die. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll die. If it was nowhere in the middle, it might survive, possibly. But I'm pretty sure it's dead. You'll see the Reaper go through. We will see 2 lings being picked away by this Reaper here. And 50 rounds gone for Lotad. Lotad, what are you doing? That micro, though, took a lot of unnecessary damage there. Reaper's gonna go back in the natural. Just kind of poke around for a bit. Queen is up. We'll get the Reaper out of there in time. No, should be no difficulties. I hope not. If he loses a Queen, or a Queen to 1 Reaper, he has problems. And I'll be kind of concerned for the Zerg race in general. These Reapers are too strong, man. Natural's up almost halfway done for Tyrant. He'll get his factory out, and he'll get another gas. So probably means Starport, I would think next time do a 1-1-1 and get that Starport out. Maybe a Banshee for some sort of harass. Or do some kind of Hellion Reaper Banshee play, which I would like to see. I like seeing that sort of play style, like aggressive, like Terran, biomech kind of ordeal. Oh, she Yeah, he will throw on a support. He will throw on tech lab on that barracks. Reactor will go into the factory, pump up some Hellions, do some harass. He might do Hellion drop. I don't know. There's so many things I'm like spouting out right now which make no sense, but they're all very possible. And it's not until we actually see what that support produces we can actually tell what will happen, or what I think will happen. We see double Uchon go down for a Zerg player here. Only one, or he has 2 gases. Maybe get some double upgrades, but if he forces out some Banelings or Roaches, that upgrades will be a little bit delayed, but it shouldn't be too much for the Zerg to worry about losing all out after 1 point. Henry Jr. though is still. Ooh, his tech lab is on that support, so Raven or Banshee will go opt for the Banshee. So we'll see some Hellion Banshee play going on here from Tyrant Jr. Oops, sorry for that camera angle. That's kind of a bad spot to bid in, but it'll work. Roach Run is making a little gap here, so Hellions won't be able to run in straight away, be able to react those screens pretty fast. Reaper will get shagged away. The drone will go over, and what base is he gonna take? Oh, he's gonna take this base. All right. I thought he was going to go over here for some odd reason. I'm not sure why, as that base is pretty exposed and he doesn't have the rocks broken down at all. And we just see 4 Hellions. Take the back, 6 Hellions. For our friend Tyre Jr. We outlet 3 SCVs, 6 Hellions, and 3 Marines. Plus a Reaper. You can't forget the Reaper. You should have a Banshee too somewhere. There's a Banshee. We will see the Banshee. We will see Tyrant Jr. against around here, trying to find some creep or maybe a third. And he'll probably pop a scan to kill some creep tumors. Roaches are out. And that queen, I don't know. It's gonna be kinda iffy. Oh, Hellbets. And we will see these roaches kind of melt here. And Transfuse does go on the Queen. Queen does survive. Roaches are being melted though. This is a really big push for Tyrant Jr. Tyrant Jr. doing a lot of damage. He didn't kill a queen yet though. He does kill 1 queen, and he does pop out a bunch of roaches. And it is quite good to Skype this one off. What does Skype want? Right, I am in game. Of course, Mr. saying he'll be in game. I'll get him after this game. We'll cast the next match after this. It will kill 1 roach. How many kills is that? Banshee. I have 3 kills on that 1 Banshee. We'll get out of there. And I'll set myself busy. Let's see here. Do not disturbed. There we are. Banshee will get out 3 kills. Not a whole lot of kills. I like to see him do some harassment with that Banshee. I mean, there's nothing in the main, and he can get a couple kills with that Banshee. We'll see a Banshee harass here on the 3rd base of Lotad. 1 queen will probably die here before going down. It doesn't get a chance to use it. We'll save that queen. Nice, nice reaction from Lotad, saving that queen. Oh, will it die? Oh no, the queen's the Banshee. He actually followed the Banshee all the way through. That's interesting. That 1 Banshee here doing some work. He does kill 1 more roach, and he will get out of there. That Banshee does have, what, 2 kills on it? 1 kill. 1 kill. Around 15 drones going out for Lotad and a Hydra stand going on. We'll see Roach Hydra out from Lotad, which is an okay build if you can get a nice surround on the siege or on the mech player. But most of the time it's rather difficult and can be very squishy with the Hydras. Roaches kind of melt the tanks. I mean, it's gonna be rather interesting to see how Tyrant Jr. does play this out. He has to make sure he doesn't push too early either, because Roach Hydra will definitely overwhelm him. If not straight out, kill him. We'll see Jones Skull for a 3rd. Won't see a 3rd. Banshee can go in here, do some damage. They will see Hydra then, and they will see. We'll see Infestation Pit. So I don't know what he would react to be honest. Like, he doesn't have Hive, and he does have his natural gases. Only 1 gas taken at the 3rd though, so it doesn't really require any kind of amount of like heavy gas units being thrown out there. And if he does choose something, yeah, it probably will be Infestors, to be honest. We'll see some drones here. They will. How many workers have been killed so far? 15 workers killed for in favor of Tyrant. He does kill 15 workers, and low tide is, well, then down 15 workers. And that is rather, how do I put this? I won't say bad, but it's not so bad he can't come back from it. It's just that he's going to be behind for a little while, so he kind of can catch up. He didn't make a big round of Jones. He's still making a big round of Jones again. We see Roach Hydra Army is out for Lotad, and we do see upgrades at 1-1 or 1-1 for Lotad and just 1 attack for a Tyrant player, Tyrant Jr. Tyrant is taking his third, but there's a changeling there. He's going to back out and take care of that changeling. And we'll see 2 tanks out, 1 siege, 1 not. Which, ooh, that one of mine goes off. And Lotad should probably take his 4th. If I was a smart man, he would take his 4th very soon. Ooh, we will see a Thor drop. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. I'm surprised they're so effective. I mean, it is very interesting. Just keep the Zerg player at bay because Thors are very, very tanky. And they can deal with a lot again. So Thor does go down. We'll see Thor does target the Overlord. And we'll see the Queen get kind of picked away at here. And the Thor probably will go down here. Oh, the Medevac's in position. The Queen does go down and looks like it does get out of there. It does boost out. And he's going to sit here for a bit and just kind of let him play out. But Lotad is now forced to fall back and play a little bit defensive and set Thor here to show off the Thor. No 4th hit from Lotad, and that's very bad for him. He does need a 4th. Villains are on the move, and looks like he's going to go for a run by in the 3rd. Medevac should go into the natural and do some damage there. That Medevac should be able to get some damage done too. Medevac should be damaged. It won't get damage done, but he should be able to get Thor drop down. Unless that Spore Collar finishes. Looks like they will see a Queen go out here. No Queen. Oh, doesn't even kill a Hydra. It does damage them though, which is okay. Nice mech army from Tyrant Jr. Does have 2 mechs full of Hellbats. And we'll jump on top of the army. He does get there. He does show up the planetary. Roach Hydra army is currently in a bit of a pickle. We do see Thor. Hellbats do get dropped down. And we'll see the Roach Hydra army does force that down. Third base does go down. And it looks like he will trade out his whole army. He's fighting into a choke. It's not good. He needs to get out of there. And Lotad will get out. But with a lot of losses, he does only kill a planetary and like a couple of Hellbats. It's not really worth it, in my opinion. Didn't take a 4th behind it, so he's still behind. Like, he needs to get a 4th up. And the Medevac, where did Medevac go? Did he kill any more workers? Oh, he must have killed more workers somewhere. More 4 Vipers are coming out. It's still on 3 bases though, which, well, isn't very good versus a mech player because mech, especially if the Zerg is more aggressive, it can be very bad. He's got a lot of units, so I'm surprised. I would imagine he would, like, I still don't know why he's taking 4th. I've said it in the 4th because it's really, really big. It's a way for Zerg to get really far ahead and take a lot of advantage of this mech army. Like, even if he would show up outside the range of this sensor tower, he would be able to get some damage on Hellbat, or Hellion run by rather, not Hellbat run by. Does roast some drones. We see Blue Fan down, says roasting drones around 2 hits. And it looks like we will see a big drone loss here. And it looks like we'll get out of there, go into the natural, do some damage there. But we'll get shut down by some Hydras. No, not too bad. Total of 53 workers killed. And Lotad's really, really under a lot of pressure right now. He either needs to go all in now, or it's going to be game over very shortly for him. And the siege line is ready and up and running for Tyrant Jr. Slowly moving his siege tanks forward. We'll see a battle line here very shortly. 2 Vikings are out for East priority. Do you see Blinding Cloud go down? But will it be enough? We'll see enough Blinding Clouds. I don't think we will. It won't be enough. Like, these tanks are going to do so much damage. Well, the Hydra army isn't big enough to actually do enough damage yet. These tanks are all under Blinding Cloud right now. They're all lifted. And we'll see a big rain down of this army. And looks like that Roach Hydra army should be cleaned up pretty easily with the reinforcements here from Tyrant Jr. We'll see what happens from Lotad though too as well. And more tanks. The Helens being made. I would actually see more Vikings out earlier for Tyrant Jr. It would help him a great deal. We'll get a Viper possibly. There he goes. Let's get the last of the Vipers. And Aspire is going down here for Lotad. 3 more Vipers on the way. Still no forest. Bind out pretty much of the main. Natural's looking pretty shaky as well. It looks like Lotad here will go up to the what should be third. Overturn play Tyrant. Not see anything. Probably just circle around and try and get a nice engage here at the natural ramp. But without any Vipers, it's going to be really hard. He's going to try to pick up an Overseer here. Let's all get one Viking for his troubles. Overseer is safe. Helmets are made. More Hellions on the way. Looks like he's making more Vikings too. Really want to clear out those Vipers, as you all make a game-changing play for Zerg play here. Lotad. Lotad though, still holding true. And going, I think he's doing okay. He has the 9 bases, which is always good to have. Zerg players are, or upper Zerg players, high-level Zerg players, are very notable for their run-bys, not really run-bys, but snipes. They mainly just they mainly snipe the bases and run out, because Roach Hydra is very fast and powerful, and they can DPS down a lot very, very quickly. Although Blinding Cloud, though, it's going to be a little bit of a problem here. Vikings are going to try and pick up a Viper. If they'll pick up the Overseer, it looks like. Ooh, but the Sea Shanks are out. Look at a nice couple of volleys here. It's going to be very bad. The Vipers won't get in range, though. And the Vipers, 3 Vipers will go down. You're going to get Blind Cloud out. And this Terran army is going to roll over this Roach Hydra army very, very quickly. And we'll see Lotad though get out. And no more volleys off. But those Vipers, though, are very costly. And this 4th base is at 3/4 of health just from one Hellbat just spewing at it. Which is quite funny. I mean, it's been like pretty much the whole game. We'll see how we're right into the 3rd here. Won't see much. Whoops, you want to do that? Let's do that. Lotad's also moving his Roach around. He's losing so many workers. 61 workers kill rate, 62, 63, and almost 70 workers are killed. And there's the 70 workers killed out for Tyrant Jr. Tyrant Jr. a lot of economy work against Lotad. 50 meters on the way. No Thor's in sight. But he doesn't have missile darts up either, and this will be... He does have Vikings though, so he might possibly okay. If another round Vikings come out. Yeah, we do still have Vikings out here, and this muta ball should be cleaned up pretty easily. I don't really see it being much of a problem, because Vikings, even though Muta's higher number of should be able to beat Vikings pretty easily. If Vikings spread, then it's not so easy. Although, I do like how Lotad is still trying to keep up some pressure, even though he's behind in worker count. And he's floating a lot too. I didn't notice how many minerals he's floating. When did that start? Queen's committing suicide. No. Poor Queens. And we'll see a 4th being taken, or 3rd rather, being taken for Tyrant Jr. Trying to establish that base. He's mined out of his main, he's mined out of his natural pretty much. Looks like Lotad is trying to, or Tyrant Jr. is trying to force the Zerg army to come out. What Tyrant Jr. is about to do is just kind of domino himself up and get a nice position out and protecting this base. And that's what he needs to do. The Mutaflock is going to come in here and try and get the 3rd. Vikings will do their very best to clean up this Mutaball. And Tyrant Jr.'s immediate reaction. GG is called for Tyrant Jr. And Tyrant Jr. will go down. Let me... Where's my AoMS? There we are.
very quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Yes, you're very quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Because you are stronger. Stronger. you fall between the cracks. 'Cause we are where the bright lights glow. We're right where the green grass grows. If only you could see it just a little bit. I know that you could sense it if you close your eyes. We are where the bright lights glow. You can see it if you close your eyes. The colors aren't gray if you let it light. My heart's too weak to be now. Oh, but I won't let you fall between the cracks. 'Cause we are where the bright lights glow.
Yo.
What's up?
So the first game wasn't actually the right game. Go figure. They submitted the wrong replays.
No way.
So now we're casting Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
How old is he? He's in high school?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Alright, I'm gonna get in this replay. I gotta change stuff on stream. I should have actually checked the replays earlier. I thought he was like messing with me with the replays, but he actually wasn't. The replays are actually legit old replays. They were playing at Deadwing and Catalina.
You were like,
I'm like, this is the wrong one.
That's funny.
And if someone on stream says me they can hear me, that's good. You're supposed to.
What's the stream?
HS Star League.
Sweet.
Let's see here. Change the names. What team is this? Sohegan versus who? Livermore. Easy names, I love it.
HL Starling did not work.
2 S's.
Oh. That also did not work.
I'll link you. There you go.
HS Star League.
Yeah.
You said HL.
Oh, I thought I said HS Star League. My bad.
Maybe I misheard you. It's a nice overlay.
It is. I may need to relog. Oh, cancel. It's not letting me watch with others. Battle.net, why you do this to me?
But why you do this? Why, Battle.net? Why? Why you do this?
Alright, let's try this one more time. Oh, that's arcade. We don't want arcade. We want replays. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna invite you very shortly. And get into the channel. There we are.
How is the high school community? Is it large?
It's a good size. I mean, it's not small. I mean, StarCraft 2 is a small game to begin with, but for high school level, I'd say it's a rather good size.
It's pretty funny to think a game like StarCraft has shrunk
Yeah.
to the size it has.
Alright, let me mute the music. I will bring this back up to main screen. We'll get into replay real quick. Welcome back, everyone. My co-caster with me, Mr. Silverstone. As he goes by in-game.
I'm Silvertone. What up, guys? How you doing?
There we go.
Got a Grandmaster versus Masters. Damn.
Pamper and me was Grandmasters, I believe, last season? I think? Don't quote me on that. I believe he was Grandmasters recently. Jon Snow, though, everyone knows Jon Snow. Like, he's just famous.
It's a shame that I can't follow your camera.
Yeah. Anyway, top part of the map, we have Mr. Jon Snow. He's from Sohegan High School. He's a Blue Zerg player from Flipside Gaming as well. A very prestigious clan. Or a team, rather, not clan, team. Who's the other player?
Our other player plays in the bottom middle of the map. He's playing as the Yellow Zerg. He is from... I gotta look this up again real quick. I don't know. I missed the... what high school is he from? Livermore High School. His name's Panda Bear Me. He's from Team Brawl?
Yeah. I never heard of Brawl. Actually, I have heard of Brawl. They are rather new. But, I mean, they have some good players. Like Panda Bear Me.
It looks like their mascot is a toucan.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I like toucans.
You do? I mean...
I know one that I know pretty well. His name's Toucan Sam.
There you go.
And he makes Fruit Loops for everybody.
Everyone loves Fruit Loops. I mean, do you like Fruit Loops?
I have not had Fruit Loops in a very long time, but they're good.
Indeed they were. Or still are. I haven't had any since middle school, really.
Oh man, lots of cereals have disappeared off the face of the earth that never should have left us. Fruity Pebbles, I heard, are being discontinued, which is
Really?
sad.
No.
But we'll see if that ever happens, because that might just, like, sometimes you just hear that stuff. Regardless, we do have the 15 pool from Jon Snow into the 15 hatch. No gas quite yet for either player. We have the opposing build for Panda Bear Me, 15 hatch and a 15 pool. ZVZ, super standard so far.
Yeah, one pool earlier than the others, though. Jon Snow will get those early lings out if he chooses to do so. We should see around 4 lings come out from him.
Actually, this is a really interesting, if you play enough ZVZ, this is kind of where the game gets decided. The first 10 minutes of the game, it gets decided right here. So they're both going to end up going for some kind of roach play, I believe. Their gases are so late that the speed is no longer an efficient thing to go for right off the bat. They might get it after roaches. They might even still get it, I could be wrong. But with both getting super late gases, speed no longer becomes the most efficient decision.
And I can see why. I mean, let's see his opponent's gas is late just like his. So we'll see no early pressure from either player. We'll see a somewhat macro ZVZ.
Yeah, it looks like they're both going for it, and I would consider this to be both players going for a very high level ZVZ. I personally like to end the game as fast as possible because ZVZ is kind of a knife fight. You can lose at any point in time. And I want to be safe and I want to be aggressive, so I get the speed. these two players are saying that I am strong enough and solid enough that I can actually stay alive no matter what you send at me for the first 10 minutes.
Which I would agree with. These players, I would agree with that statement. I've actually seen, I casted Panda Bear Me last week. Yeah, last week I casted him, and he was beating, playing all of ZVZs, and he won all of his matches, all 2 of them, matter of fact, which was very impressive versus other master players. So it was an exciting sight to see nonetheless, and it was entertaining too.
Yeah, both players now going up to 3 queens. We have, Panda Bear Me at the bottom of the map, making sure that no Lings can sprint up that map. He's got both of those queens on hold position. He's gone up to 4 queens. Both players taking extremely defensive positions and droning as hard as they can. With Panda Bear Me 36 to 29. Oh, looks like Jon Snow just cut up completely in workers, but we do have that nice early layer for both players.
Now, will we see Mutas, or will we see more Roach Hydra?
It looks like from Jon Snow we're going to see Mutas, because we have the Link Speed now on the way, currently working on nothing but gathering gas and minerals and droning. And down the bottom of the map we have the layer, the Roach Warren, and the Evolutionary Chamber, looking like Panda Bear Me is going to try to expand and be aggressive.
Yeah, whenever I think of ZVZ, I always think of Muta Wars. From way back, like, I want to say, like, mid-early HOTS where Mutas were just everywhere, and it was always the battle of Infestors, Fungals, and Muta balls.
It totally was because they hadn't buffed the Spore yet.
Yeah, and it just was overpowering with just Mutas. Every time I think of ZVZ, though, I go back to those old memories of watching ZVZ and versus Muta all the time.
People still, like, if you go up against I want to say below diamond level Zergs, you can still Muta Wars them. You can still just make a ton of Mutas and beat the hell out of people, because they weren't around during Muta Wars, or they don't, like, in not being there for the 4 Muta Wars, you didn't learn the counter. But if you were there, you were very good against Mutas.
That's right. You become like a Muta killer over there. And we'll see an Overlord die from Jon Snow. 2 queens hacking at it, which is sad. I mean, Overlord did do a good job. I'm proud of him. You see a Spire down from Jon Snow, though. Jon Snow will have Mutas popping out here. About 8 Mutas or so coming out from him very shortly. And
so right, we are going to see those Mutas coming out for our blue player. Down to the south, we have the 3rd being taken for the yellow Zerg. He's going to have his roaches out. He's going to try to push up across the map. He wants to delay the attack from the blue players as he gets his 3rd. But we do have Lings running into the 3rd.
And they just kind of back out to see the 3rd. That's enough for them. They don't need to battle the roaches at all. A fight they can't take, and Jon Snow realizes that, and he backs him out. I mean, that's a smart move. I mean, he didn't even... I wouldn't say he could have gotten the main base and Ling into the main base in Natural just to see what's going on. But it wasn't that big of a deal. He saw what he needed to see. And
this has been the most touch-and-go game of ZVZ ever. We do have roaches heading into the 3rd base of Jon Snow. They're going to try to get some damage done here. They're committed and across the map with Mutas on top of them.
Ooh, he does snipe the queen, though. 1 queen does go down for Jon Snow. Ling's getting massacred over here by these roaches. Muta's cleaning up the roach ball, no problem, because roaches obviously can't shoot up, which is really good for the Mutas.
Right, really nice for the Mutas here, but Panda Brawl, he's going to have to come up with a counter for these Mutas. He knows that they're there. He's trying to head into the main to make those roaches keep the Mutas across the map for as long as possible, and one way to do that is just to have them run further into the base and keep the Mutas back there while he comes up with a counter, currently putting spores all over his base. No Spire on the way. I don't see any Hydras either.
I think he's just relying on Spore Crawlers.
Spore Crawlers and Queens will be the defense here for the against the Mutas. Actually, a really solid. You almost cannot engage on top of 2 Spore Crawlers.
I mean, yeah, you really can't. Unless the Muta ball is really big.
Unless you have a big Muta ball.
Like at least 20 Mutas, you'll be able to battle Spore Crawlers, but most of the time, you can't. And we'll see
The Lings are running it into the third base. They're going to try to pick off a few drones and get a little macro advantage here, making use of his land units while the mutas are kind of unable to engage. 14 mutas currently on the map. Roach is still being produced. We do have a ton of transfuses on these queens, so if he does engage on top of a spore, he can go ahead and transfuse it back to full health a bunch of times.
We just see some drones being picked off here. At least 4 or 5 drones gone from transition. Gonna get this extractor, which is always helpful for Jon Snow. I mean, any ZZ limiting your opponent's gas income is always a good thing. I was going to be able to snipe a queen, but 2 queens back up with full energy, and that just won't happen.
This mineral line does not have a spore in it. It's very exposed. The mutas are taking advantage. They're trying to snipe a few overlords. He's going to spot that Hydra den and the fact that it's not done yet. He is now aware of the lack of upgrades for Hydras, and he's taking out the second extractor, limiting the gas income of our yellow Zerg player.
Yeah, we do see transfuses go down. 2 transfuses go down, actually. And Spore Clouds do get some nice shots off there. Jon Snow is still sitting at how many mutas does he have? 12 mutas. Couldn't find the muta icon. Caster struggles.
A lot of people don't know this, but a spore can kills a muta, I guess an upgradeless muta, in 3 hits.
Yeah.
So 3 hits kills a muta. It's so fast. You can 100 for 3 hits is just not efficient. So a lot of these spores really well placed. We do have a couple places that Jon Snow was completely able to take advantage of and do some damage.
We see engagement on Jon Snow. Does have a lot of roaches here. Nice concave from Jon Snow. Jon Snow picking off a 1 queen. Does have Fanberry does have some infestors out. Only 1 fungal goes down. 2 fungals go down. Trap the mutas, or 3 mutas rather. There you go. I can barely see the fungal icon on low settings, which is weird. But it looks like the infestors out of energy. Jon Snow will overrun his opponent here, and I don't see Fanberry getting out of this one.
Yeah, there might just be a little too much blue Zerg. The yellow Zerg is on his back foot, dropping in supply. 170 down to 100 now. Jon Snow taking full advantage of his yellow counterpart's defensive position and saying, you just don't have the DPS. You don't have the Hydras yet, and I'm going to push.
I think Fanberry needed those Hydras earlier, and only a couple of Spore Crawlers. 1 in each base, and use the Hydras as defense, because he had enough queens.
Absolutely.
I don't think he needed that many Spore Crawlers. It looks like Jon Snow wants to up the ramp here, take out, just kind of surround everything. And GG is called. And that's game 1. I mean,
it's game 1 of this best of 5, guys.
As ZVZ seems like that matchup where if you start winning, it just looks like it really overwhelming. I don't know, it just seems very nitpicky early on, like you said.
You know what? I have not been in high school for a long time, and I wonder what it's like to be Jon Snow. He's not super famous in StarCraft 2, but he's definitely a Grandmaster. He's definitely really good, and his name has been out there. I've seen him. This is the first time I've casted him, but I have seen him around absolutely.
Yeah, I was in there 2 years ago, and HSL, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I
wonder if people I wonder if he walks around being like, haha, I'm Jon Snow in StarCraft 2. Like, and I wonder if people are like, oh, that's awesome, you're so good at esports. Esports are a big thing now. Or if they're just like when I was in high school, people would have been like, you're a nerd.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. At least for me, anyway.
Good, you're good at a video game, you're a nerd. I'm like, he's a nerd making... I'm guessing at this point he might be actually making some money.
Yeah, he should be getting paid. He's on Flipside, and Flipside does have a good amount of sponsors on it. So let's get into game number 2 here. Another Zerg, another ZVZ. Dead Saint versus Jon Snow, and I'm gonna bring up the overlay this time.
Yeah, guys, we're going on to game 2 on Cactus Valley. I'm here with I think it's Vampire Worm.
Vampy Worm, yeah. Close enough.
Vampy Worm. I hadn't read your name closely enough, and I do apologize for that, I guess.
It's fine.
But I'm here with Vampy Worm. My name is Silvertone. We're on game 2 on Cactus Valley.
Yeah, and top left corner of the map in Cactus Valley, we do have from Livermore High School, Dead Saint. He's from Brawl Esports, or is there? I think it's Brawl Esports is their full clan name or team name. I could be wrong.
His name is Dead Saint.
Yeah, he's a Dead Saint.
He's a Dead Saint. Up in the top left corner, we talked about him for just a minute there. He is the light blue Zerg, not the dark blue Zerg. His name is Dead Saint.
Mm-hmm. Jon Snow here. Found a corner on the map, blue Zerg. Jon Snow, actually, Livermore is up 1-0, and this is a best of 5. And the way this format works, for those who don't know, it's player versus player B, or player versus player C, player B versus player D. And then you can flip-flop who plays the next 2 matches. And an ace match if necessary.
Alright guys, so we're back into a second ZVZ. We're going to see exactly here in the next, I want to say next minute or two, which player is going to be aggressive, which player is going to be defensive. Looks like Jon Snow choosing to make that pool first. He's going to go for the 15 pool. Up at the top right, we got Dead Saint. He's going for the 15 pool. Neither player going for an early gas just yet.
There we go.
Dead Saint has the early gas.
Just as you say, Dead Saint does take his gas. So with that, I think that would mean Banelings, if I'm not mistaken.
It's going to mean Banelings, or it's going to mean an efficient speed timing. Either or, definitely not going to be a one-base roach. There's the drone heading down for the natural. He's going to go ahead and start up Dead Saint's natural hatchery. Jon Snow already got his down. Vampy, I love me some ZVZ, and I like that these players play exactly the right way.
Yeah.
It hurts me when I watch ZVZ and the players just play kind of like, I'm gonna go 12 pool, no gas. And you're like, oh, that's just, I mean, it's cool to see change and difference in builds, but it's not good.
It's not efficient. Why you do this to me? It hurts.
What's up, Game Paragon in the chat? Happy to see more games. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you. Hope you enjoy the cast.
I mean, I would enjoy the cast too if I was casting some games. I mean, if you're vamping Silvertone casting, I mean, you just can't.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, you just can't not enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. It's required.
Yeah, otherwise we'll find you.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
And then we'll shake your hand and ask you why you didn't enjoy it.
Shake your hand.
See, we're not gonna have Banelings here for Dead Saint. He's gonna get that speed. He pulls his drones out of the gas. He says he only wants 100. He just wants the speed. He's going to put on a little pressure, see if he can get some damage done, either to the natural or the drone line. Maybe pick off a queen. No speed on the way for Jon Snow. So actually, the speed timing for Dead Saint is going to be, considerably ahead of his opponent.
And Jon Snow at this point realizes that many lings is kind of troublesome.
Absolutely.
That's an indication of what will happen. Did Jon Snow actually see that pool? He should have. Yeah, he did see the pool, he did see the gas, and he is putting down super iron crawlers, which is a good response. He has 3 queens down at the natural.
Yeah, this is extremely safe. He's got queens who are covering the entirety of the ramp. They're on hold position. We have 3 spine crawlers coming. That means an entire hatchery's worth of spine crawlers being dedicated to the defense. Jon Snow not taking any chances here. He wants to hold. He wants to hold and have no issues doing so.
I like how he starts up the spine crawl in the middle and then goes on to the other 2 outside to protect that one in the middle. That's
very intelligent, yeah.
And make sure he gets 1 spine crawl up at least, if not 2. And Dead Saint's in a bit of a sticky situation here. I want to say he loses just from doing this and not be able to do any damage with it. Like, that's a lot of investment in links and in gas. I don't think there's anything you can do unless Jon Snow really mismacros. Like, Jon Snow would have to mismacro very hard in order for Dead Saint to actually pull ahead.
Yeah, Dead Saint here, he actually is currently a little ahead in workers, but it's not end all, as the lings could do some kind of damage. He's definitely not going to do anything to that hatchery. Those spines are perfectly placed to defend it.
Yeah, it looks like Dead Saint really want to get some drones. With those aliens protecting the drones, it's going to be warding off Dead Saint's lings.
Yeah, neither player choosing to use Banelings. I think that's the more intelligent decision, and it looks like they agree with me. Banelings are not a bad unit, but if they miss, if you get a bad connection, the whole thing can end. The lings here engaging on the queens and lings and then just poking in and running back out. Dead Saint, seeing that he's probably not going to get any damage done, is going to take his lings. I think he's going to head home, but looks like he's just pretending to head home.
I think he's trying to keep pressuring Jon Snow and make sure he doesn't macro up too hard. He wants to keep him from making any more drones.
He's actually doing a great job of that. 35 to 26 is our drone count right now. 10 ahead for Dead Saint. The spine crawlers are now being moved into a wider angle position. The Lings are gonna see that they have a second to take advantage of the situation. They're gonna kill as many and trade for as many Lings as they can. Now being pulled back 13 to 9 at the Ling count. Dead Saint definitely making the best of a bad situation. Jon Snow holding on very, very efficiently.
Yeah, even though he did sacrifice some drones, he is still... I want to say he's ahead, just because Dead Saint did invest a lot into his Lings.
Yeah, the resources lost counter right now, 675 to 231 in favor of Jon Snow, meaning that attack not super efficient for Dead Saint, but he does have that small worker lead, so he's not in a bad situation. The third hatchery now down for Dead Saint. Both players playing, just really well.
Not really missing a beat either. Both players playing, they're very active on the mini map awareness, which I like. It separates good players from bad players. And if you're like gold or something, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
I did.
I mean, you might have, but I didn't, because I'm a good person like that.
Oh, how rude. So we do have the creep spread being pushed out by these queens. Lots of energy on those queens to continue the spread as much as they like. Looks like Jon Snow choosing to be extremely efficient with his, just with his units, choosing when and when not to expunge energy, to use his minerals, to extend his macro. Dead Saint playing a little more, I want to say standard. He's getting a third on time, attacking, all that kind of stuff. It's stuff that I see a lot.
Ooh, I like how Dead Saint canceled out the third. And does get a chance to use on the drone. Very nice from Jon Snow. Make sure that drone lives.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Ooh, the Banelings though! Miss rally! No! Oh no! Those 3 Banelings get rallied past the Queens, and that actually would have really... Actually, the Banelings would have even made it to the middle line anyway. But Dead Saint is doing some damage here at the drones, and that'll be cleaned up.
That gives Dead Saint continues to remain his tiny, tiny lead here. There is an Overseer in the base, back at Dead Saint's base, checking out what's going on. Jon Snow wants to get a good scout off. He gets a full scout on the third. He sees that both extractors are being mined 3 and 3. So max gas on 3 base is being mined right now, and I think we have 13 mutas popping out. 11 mutas popping out right now.
It's like the reverse of last game. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the reverse of last game, except for one player was more aggressive. But that's about it, man.
We do see 2 spore colors, and 6 spore colors in all, 2 at each base. And Jon Snow should handle this no problem, I hope.
Yeah, he might handle it a little more cleanly. A lot of Overseers and Overlords being picked off by these Mutalists. They're taking what they can. Now they're going for the Roach Warren. And I think that this could be a really good move for him. There's going to be transfuses going down on that Roach Warren any time now. You've got to know that he wants to keep that up.
He let it go, actually.
He did let it go.
I realized this. Maybe he's like, I don't need it. I don't need it.
He's going for Infestors now. He's going to replant the Roach Warren at the natural base. He's more concerned with getting his Infestors out. 3 currently on the way. No upgrades for either player. That's not true. 1-1 for Jon Snow right now, ranged and Carapace. Back home for Dead Saint. He has 1-1 on the way, so we do have an upgrade advantage on the ground for Jon Snow.
And 1-1 Queens are actually, I want to say they're strong, especially against mutas. Even though Queens are anti-air and they should deal well with mutas, but upgraded Queens are just insane amount of damage. They do have...
Yeah, we do have 21 mutas in the map now, so that 20 muta count we were talking about engaging on top of spores, he could choose, to sacrifice a few mutas to knock out a spore, but that is not an efficient trade. He's going to choose to hold on to the mutas.
Oh no, the mutas!
They're so clumped up.
That was really close. I was actually kind of scared. That muta ball was very close to getting fungal to death.
Yeah, right now they're still flying around, pretty grouped up, trying to find a hole. And these Infestors are in a pretty decent position. He gets 4.
He does let him go though. He doesn't want to waste more fungals on those 4, which I can agree with. You want to save that energy, and it's not like it won't be efficient with the amount of meters Dead Saint has to kill only 4 meters with the fungals. Because there's more coming.
So right now we do have Hydras incoming for Jon Snow. He's working on that +1, or rather +2 upgrades for his ranged ground units. He's got the ranged upgrade for Hydras coming in as well. And I like his position. I like the Hydra Infestor Ball he's working on. I love his defense. The transfuses have been great. But Dead Saint cleaning up the creep, picking off little holes, and also taking his 4th a little earlier than Jon Snow. Looking great in this game.
Jon Snow is really... I won't say Dead Saint and Jon Snow are both equally matched right now for some reason.
Yeah, man, they're both playing very different styles, but I would agree with you. They look pretty even.
I do see Jon Snow taking his 4th, and that needs to go up for him. He needs to hold that. That's a definite, like, invest everything you can in taking that base.
Right, the mutas are over here. They're picking off an Overlord. They're going to see if they can get off, take the Extractor. They're definitely not going to get the Hatchery. Too many Hydras, too many Infestors. The risk is too high, but that's not going to stop the mutas from continuing to put on the pressure on that 4th base as a bunch of Roach Hydras come across the map for Dead Saint. Ooh, scouted by a few lings.
Oh, nice bungles. Oh, he catches all the mutas.
Oh, no, all the mutas.
No.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge loss for Dead Saint. All the mutas in that little fungal trap there. Here come the roaches. Oh
nice
my god.
Bungles from Jon Snow, and the whole army is trapped in bungles right now. And Jon Snow should clean this army up, no problem. Dead Saint getting caught out into a choke, and we will see Jon Snow push up here with his army. He will try to do some counterattack, and he will take advantage of this game.
Yeah, that was a humongous turn in the game. Dead Saint playing almost perfectly, in my opinion, up to that point. Keeping the pressure on with the mutas, really strong macro, big advantages all over the map. And then he makes a couple engagements, and Jon Snow shows us why he is currently a competitor that people know.
He was his army selection is very well done. I mean, he always has tabs on his army. He always keeps it active, moving around. Especially in ZVZ, that needs to happen. Leaving your army idle isn't a good idea, because bad things will happen.
So right now, Jon Snow very close to being supply capped. He's at 191. Only needs to make a few more units. Oh, we have a Viper in production. Gotta love that. We're gonna see some blinding cloud action. 3-3 in production for Jon Snow, and Hydras for Dead Saint on the way right now. He's trying to catch up in supply, but the tech advantage for Jon Snow might just be too great.
Oh, nice fungals again. Oh, my whistle was cracked there. That's kind of bad. Anyway, fungals are really good, and looks like Jon Snow might just win without the Viper. I think he'll just win.
Yeah, it looks like he's not going to need a blinding cloud. The fungals were enough. The concave and positioning for Jon Snow were enough, and it looks like even without 3-3, even though 20 more roaches are on the way, 22 more roaches for Dead Saint, this game is going in favor of Jon Snow once again. Really well played by our Blue Zerg player in Game 2.
Yeah, and if GG is called, Dead Saint loses and Jon Snow takes game number 2. We might have one more game left here. If Jon Snow can win it, he does take the whole series. Single-handedly, might I add. Man,
that was a good game. This ZVZ, if you guys want to learn how to play ZVZ, watch these last 2 games. They've both been extremely, I want to say, they're almost perfect standard games. They're exactly, if you're going to play up against another Zerg who knows what he's doing, you're going to want to do what these 3 players have been doing the last 2 games.
Definitely. Shout out to our sponsors real quick: Twitch, Rocat, MSI, Newegg, Blizzard, and Jinx. Thank you all for supporting HSL. We love you. I love you.
I love you too.
Especially you, Newegg. You're my favorite. MSI works too because I have a motherboard from them just recently.
I think my motherboard's MSI as well.
See, we love you. And on top of that, I'm going to play a commercial. We'll be back in a minute with some more SC2 action.
Sounds good. Dun, 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 dun. Commercial.
I invited you, by the way.
Oh.
Alright, we're gonna go back into game number 3. Are you ready?
Yeah, man, game number 3, the best of 5. Welcome back to the HSL. I'm Silvertone. I'm here with Vampy Worm.
Yo, that's me.
And we're going on to Echo LE.
Gotta love Echo. Actually,
Echo.
no, that's
Echo.
okay though, because I would have done the same. If someone would have introduced, like, said we're on Echo, I would have echoed back.
You have to. It's like one of those jokes that has to happen.
Yeah, it just has to. Top corner of the map, though, winner of 2 games so far, Jon Snow from Flipside Gaming. He is also from Livermore High School.
Yeah, man, the bottom of the map, in the right-hand corner, playing as the Yellow Zerg. His name is Panda Bear Me. We saw him in Game 1. This ZVZ extravaganza continues here in Game 3. So far, Jon Snow has been, I want to say, extravagantly good at ZVZ. You know what I mean? Just every decision he makes is wonderful. Good fungals, good defense. Everything he does, even the positions of his spine crawlers and the orders he makes them in, is just clever.
Who knows, the order might have been unintentional too, it might have just happened that way. But we'll just say it's intentional, because he'll probably be happy.
Oh, much better to give him the credit than not give him the credit.
I'll give him the credit of saying it was intentional. Although if it wasn't, it definitely was, right?
yeah. If it wasn't, then we're going to pretend that it was.
Yeah, obviously.
So we do have both players. It looks like they're both going to go hatch first this game. No difference in the builds so far. ZVZ, a game of maybe 4 or 5 openers total, unless you're playing some really off-standard builds.
I agree with that. I like ZVZ better than TVT. TVT to me is super boring.
TVT can be super boring. Absolutely. It's very long. The better players are super patient, I think. Mostly it's kind of like chess, but there's no turns and there's like 25,000 more pieces.
Yeah, and PvP is really just stuff I can't say on stream. But
build order wins and losses.
Yeah, and then some other stuff, even if you defend the build order and cheese or whatever, he gets thrown at you and you might still lose because of DTs or other surprising units. Oh,
we do have the gas up for Jon Snow up in the north and for Panda Bear Me in the bottom right. Both players playing very similarly, but they did change up their pool and gas timings. So we're going to see a nice variety of what happens when you get it a little later, what happens when you get it a little earlier.
I wonder, I really want to see some Ling Bane from both players. Like, I want to see the Ling Bane battles. That's like my favorite thing to watch in ZVZ.
It's just so much. I honestly think that like Ling Banes, as much as it's nice, the really good players have become good enough at fighting Banes that they're just not cost efficient enough anymore.
It's still fun to watch though.
Oh, it's so much fun to watch. I would love to see some Ling Bane action. Those games end so fast too.
Yeah, I just love seeing the micro intensity it takes. I'm Protoss, so I don't know about micro. I just A-click.
You gotta love some micro, man. You gotta love some micro. This game is all about, the truth of the matter is, whether or not you're awesome or lame or good or bad, if you can micro, you're going to be entertaining.
That's right. Even if your macro is really bad.
Yeah, as long as I'm watching you split things and focus things down, I'm gonna be smiling.
That's right. Unless you're Protoss, then there's no micro involved.
Well,
That's what I get told. All right.
there's some. It just happens to be a little more hands off.
Yeah, that's it.
It just happens to be not heavy into that.
We do see gases up for Jon Snow, both that is natural. Interesting indeed. You do see two. Is that two Evil Chambers?
Yeah,
So
one's a
guys-
Roach Warren.
yeah, one's a
I was
Roach
stunning.
Warren.
So we do have both players going for Roach Warrens, both players going for their second and third gases. They're going to play almost the same. Their layers are lined up. Their Roach Warrens are lined up. It looks like their upgrades are even going to be lined up.
That's so. I love watching mirror matchups like this, though. Oh, a queen might go down. Oh no, a queen will go down for Panabrain. Never mind. Actually, it still will go down.
It will go down.
Nice job from Jon Snow.
There's a big difference in supplies right now, 58 to 48, due to the fact that there's just more drones in the field.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Panabrain also made roaches.
Oh, 4 roaches popping out right now. There's your, roaches are kind of like the obese unit. They're beefy. They take up 2 supply apiece, whereas a Ling takes up half of a supply. So they are the heavy supply unit of Zerg right next to Ultras.
But you love ultras. How can you not? It gives you a hug every single time.
Aw, so cute.
It is.
I like seeing them burrow and unburrow, and I'm really mad they removed burrow charge.
Yeah, it was actually one of my favorite things, like, to look forward to in HOTS. When, like,
Yeah, that was my thing. I was really one of that.
Like, I thought HOTS would be really entertaining to watch, even more so because of the burrow charge.
Yeah. Hashtag bring back burrow charge.
Yeah, bring it back, Blizzard. For Legacy.
Or we'll complain more and post on Reddit and ask you to, and continue to ask you to do things.
And then people will be like, "Can you stop posting that?"
I'll get some anger and some rage and some salt, and I'll put that salt on my dinner, and it'll be better. Both players here now making roaches, still lining up perfectly. We even have 11 to 11 overlords on the map.
That's just how good they are.
They're playing the same game right now. One player has an overseer. Now he's got 2. Only 1 overseer for Jon Snow. Here comes a Panda Berry moving across the map, choosing to be the aggressor in this match. The creep spread pretty similar as well. The position here, though, for Jon Snow, very defensive, nice arc. He's going to be able to take advantage of that concave, and Panda Berry is going to have to run back home, run up that ramp, run down the other, and now we're watching, Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost like TBT, except with roaches and not tanks.
Yeah, they're now at 27 to 25 roaches. There's a 2 roach difference in the map right now. 110 to 110 supply.
Yeah, and it looks like the Panabrain will retreat back home. Not really doing much of anything. Johnson will be aggressive now. It's really like tug of war.
Yeah, these players are it's just perfectly lined up. There's a contaminate going down on the evolutionary chamber of Panda Bearme, so his +2 is now delayed a couple seconds.
Interesting nonetheless. I mean, you don't really see that contaminate ability being used a whole lot.
It needs to be used so much more. It's actually a great ability, especially if you're about to attack a Terran or something. Just contaminate all his barracks, and you're like, no reinforcements. See ya. Like, totally an underutilized ability. Here we have Jon Snow splitting up his roaches, moving into the choke point of Panda Bearme, who just has more roaches currently at his base to defend. 35 to 29 are the numbers, but you can see that the roaches on the map. It's a considerably larger ball for Panda Bearme until Jon gets back to his base.
Oh no, he's gonna fight up the ramp, which is a good decision from Jon Snow. There's no Overlord out there for Panda Bearme. Panda Bearme needs to bring up this Overlord, I feel.
Neither player choosing to tech further just yet. +2 on the way for our both of our Zerg players, and +1 Carapace on the way, and no tech, no hives, no hydra dens, no infestation pits currently in production. Just roaches, tons and tons of roaches. We're back in Wings of Liberty.
Yeah, that's okay with me.
I love me some wings.
We can see
Bring
some
on,
roach
I'll take
infested.
MVP any day.
I think the composition for ZZ back in Wings was Roach Infestor, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I mean that's true too. You had to get there.
Yeah, you had to get through. You had to get to that stage, which is even harder.
And that comes in a minute when they both when they both at the exact same time drop an infestation pit.
I remember like every single builder for Zerg, except for ZZ, was Broodlord Infestor.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? It was it was perfect. It was like, I'm in my Broodlords, and then anything that gets near them, I'm gonna fungal.
Ha! Take that!
I don't know. So right now, both players are maxed out, pretty much, because they can't make any more roaches, 199 to 198.
Jon
and
Snow
they're gonna have to engage.
Jon Snow's gonna win this because of his +2.
They both now have +2.
Oh no! But 2-1 is done for Bannerme. Jon Snow though pushing up into this Roach Force. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out for him. We're gonna see how it goes in a second here.
This is a lot of yellow Zerg and a lot of blue Zerg. Kind of hard here.
I actually think Jon Snow wins. Jon Snow's gonna win this engagement.
The train tracks of roaches here are just lined up next to each other.
Jon Snow will take the engagement. He will push forward. We'll clean up the roaches here from Pandaberry. Pandaberry is getting more roaches, even a Baneling nest.
Oh, we gotta love me some Banelings. Both players here acknowledging that it's gonna be difficult, you know, to do anything when you're playing the exact same style. 37 to 39 roaches are the numbers. Jon Snow taking that fight because he had reinforcements, and the yellow player did not. So Pandaberry taking a defensive position now, trying to remax on roaches again. Neither player is taking tech. +2 Carapace on the way for Pandaberry, not yet chosen for Jon Snow, and it looks like they're both just going to take a fourth.
Because why not? Like,
so they can because they got to make more roaches. Come on.
Obviously, it's all about the roach remax.
No fourth yet. Actually, for Pandaberry, he's choosing to, you know, stay on the defense. Remax. He's at 190 to 195 right now. The Baneling speed is in the way, and 22 Lings are on the way.
This is interesting.
Jon Snow taking the second to drop his infestation pit. He will be the first to take a chance to invest in teching up. Baneling speed almost completed.
More Lings on the way. We'll see
it. There's a changeling inside of Jon Snow's army.
No.
Little baby changeling. Hi, I'm totally one of you guys.
Don't hate me, because I'm pretty.
Accept me for who I am.
Just because I'm different doesn't mean you can pick on me.
This is high school. You can't bully me.
And we'll see these Roach Ling army. We'll see a lot. Baneling speed is done. Let's see how Jon Snow does. Oh no, he's gonna tack up the ramp. Oh, this is bad. Pandaberry needs to do something. I don't know. I'd rather see a run by with the Banelings, to be honest.
Man, I think that's probably gonna be the choice. Banelings, oh my god, Banelings at the top of them are not gonna be the choice. They're gonna try to just blow up as many roaches as possible, and hope that that's gonna be enough to overwhelm and sway the decision in favor of the yellow Zerg. Pandaberry, here come the Banes. They're gonna try to blow up as deep into the roach ball as possible. They're not going to blow up as soon as they get them.
No.
They need to get as much surface area as Zergly possible. Here they go!
Nice split from Jon Snow. That was beautiful splits, actually.
Yeah, those were great.
And Jon Snow Concave is just way too strong. Pandaberry is in a bit of a struggle right now. And this roach army from Jon Snow should be able to clean this up easy peasy. I don't see how Bungles are out and this game should be over. The
supply is currently in favor of our yellow player, 167 to 130.
Yeah.
The fight might go to Jon Snow, but the war not yet done. More roaches streaming across the map for Pandaberry. He's got his Hydra done on the way and his fourth base on the way. Since Jon Snow's fourth is not mining right now, it's not making a big difference. I think we have a macro hatch over at the third base. Yeah, macro hatch placed down over the third base of Pandaberry. He's going to have a slight production advantage in a moment. More infestors on the way for Jon Snow. He's going to rely on those fungals again. We have Burrow and Hydra range now in production for Panda. Me, Panda Bear, me, Panda Bear.
Pandas. Ooh, nice fungal catching those roaches. Looks like Jon Snow might lose his third. He's going to lose his third. Jon Snow's third does go down. These roaches will get out of here pretty safely.
That's a nice snipe there for Panda Bear Me, giving him actually a 2 hatchery production lead. His main is beginning to mine out. He's down to 3 mineral patches, and he needs a 4th base, and really he needs a 5th base.
I like to see Jon Snow be aggressive here, though.
If you check out the number of mining drones for Jon Snow, it's actually really low.
You think he should just be defensive then?
He either needs to double expand or he needs to kill the guy. He needs to kill Panda or he needs to macro like a madman, because right now the income, let's check the income real quick. The income for our players is 300 or 400 in favor of Panda Bear Me.
Panda Bear Me,
here,
though.
Here comes the big engagement.
There's some roaches going around the side of the map.
The concave here set up for Panda Bear Me is great. He's got Burrow and Burrow move. He can try to move underneath the army of Jon Snow, connect as much as possible. He's sending out 4 roaches right now. They are on a tactical mission. They're going to go up to it looks like the 3rd base of Jon Snow and try to knock out some drones. Again, aiming for the economy of the Blue
That
Zerg.
fungal missed, though. Nice fungal, though, on the ramp. I think that was pretty good fungal. Another good fungal, getting those roaches very low. Hydras, though, all dying. There's not enough Hydras in this army for Panda Bear Me. Panda Bear Me, though, getting us some nice flanks on the right side. And looks like Panda Bear Me will lose this engagement.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to drop this engagement by a little bit. The infestors are going to escape up to the north. And the detection coming in for Jon Snow is going to reveal the burrow roaches. They're not going to escape with their lives. Luckily, this cooling tower has been knocked over for Panda Bear Me, so he can't just go ahead and rush up that ramp. He's going to have to at least move around a couple of infested Terrans waddling around on the map. But this is a great position for Panda Bear Me, I think. He's done a pretty decent job holding off the offensive attacks of Jon Snow. He did lose his 4th.
But I'd rather trade out armies, like especially if you win them conventionally like Jon Snow did. I want to say trading armies is a whole lot better than trading out for a base.
Right now, the roaches, the little tactical mission roaches, are being picked off. They're doing a good job delaying the army of Jon Snow from moving across the map, giving him a little more time to remax. A couple more Hydras on the way. There is a 30 supply deficit, putting Panda Bear Me in a bad position, not very advantageous. A couple Overlords in the front of Jon Snow's base, providing that creep spread that was removed earlier.
Yeah.
And this Zerg base is going to squirm their way back over to Panda Bear Me.
Well, it's interesting, though, is that Jon Snow, I think, is mining more right now than what Panda Bear Me is.
Yeah, knocking that 4th base down was huge.
Here, let's go down here, a little skirmish. On the top of the ramp, we will see Jon Snow flying out to the side of the 4th base of Panda Bear Me, and he will take out that pretty easily, convincingly. Doesn't really do much, just kind of falls back. And Panda Bear Me trying to get that concave with this Hydra and Roach.
This is actually a really good position for Jon Snow. His concave is absolutely huge. This ramp definitely favoring, being on top and running down. Great position here.
He catches them out. Get those body shots off. Fungals, Zugadon, Fungals get over half the army, and this game should go in favor of Jon Snow. The Fungals are just lining out too good, and we'll see Jon Snow Jesus called, and Jon Snow does take game number 3. He does take the series, and so he moves on to the finals of HSL and gets flown down to California.
Yeah, flown to California. I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. They pit live in Burbank, and I'll be there.
We didn't even need to see the second player for Flipside, or rather for his high school.
Yeah, that's actually his brother.
It's him and his brother?
Yeah, his brother.
That's awesome.
His brother is Silver or Gold League, I think.
Oh, well, that would have been awkward.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still win without having to have your brother there or someone lower than you, because you can carry
Yeah, I mean that's pretty interesting. It's probably his younger brother, right?
Yeah.
I was hoping for like a day 9 tasteless story where it's like they're both badasses.
I want to say Jon Snow is a junior or senior, and his brother's a sophomore.
I bet his brother's like, why am I not as good as you? I hate you, but I also love you because you're good.
Thank you all for watching, though. It's been a pleasure casting to you guys, and thanks for being part of HSL. I appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure my co-caster does too.
Yeah, man, it's been great. My name's Silvertone. I'm happy to join Vampy Worm whenever he needs me.
Good, tomorrow. Same time.
Same time, same place. Oh.
Let's go.
We'll see. Tomorrow's different. We'll see.
Oh, tomorrow's different. Today was just coincidence, alright?
I just don't know.
Anyway, though, follow me on Twitter at TSCVamper, and thanks to our sponsors, though, Twitch, Newegg, MSI, Blizzard, and Jinx. Thank you all very much for sponsoring. And any shoutouts for you?
I want to throw a shout out to cheese. I like cheese a lot.
Alright, I agree with that. I live in Wisconsin. Cheese is very good.
Yeah, man. There you go.
I think it's a good reason.
Cheese is Gouda.
Any Twitter, Twitch you want to shout out?
Hey guys, if you want to follow me, head over to my team's Twitter. It's @TeamAdventOmega. We put on a couple. We put on like a Sunday tournament, open to anyone in any league.
There you go. Any prizes involved? Any cash or?
Not yet. We're not quite at that spot yet.
Oh, so just fun. That's okay though. Tournaments.
We're just trying to build some consistency.
See, that's all that matters. And you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/vampyworm if you want to see me go live. I should be streaming Wolfenstein after this, which will be kind of interesting since I suck at the game. And that's pretty much it for us. See you tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow. Maybe someone else from SCVR will be with us. I'm not really sure. But for you guys, it might be you. But thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you guys tomorrow.